What are you doing here? It's after 9:00 a.m. Aren't you supposed to be at work by now?
What?
I thought I was gonna be able to stay home and focus on playing with my friends without you around to distract me.
I wasn't really planning on bothering you if that's what you were worried about.
Yeah, but I can hear you stomping around every time you come downstairs into the kitchen. You're like an ogre with those huge feet of yours.
I'll try to be more quiet, but am I really disturbing you that much? I come down to the kitchen maybe once every 2 hours. I know you're wearing headphones, there's no way you can actually hear all that much.
Well, I still notice you, and it's distracting me. I already got distracted because you were trudging around and banging pots all morning.
Well, I feel like you're exaggerating, but I'll try to avoid the kitchen.
No, you should just leave. You're still gonna distract me just being here.
How? My office is on the exact opposite end of the house. It's not that likely that I'll distract you by staying in there. And it's my house anyway. I would hope that I would be able to do what I need while I'm here.
What are you even doing here in the first place? It's way past when you have to be in the office. Why aren't you at work? Are you skipping out on work?
I'm not skipping out on anything, and I should be the one asking you why you're here. You have class at 8 a.m., right? There's no way you would have gone and been able to make it back by now. So I'd like to know why you're here at this time of day. Have you been going to class? I'm fine with you living with us since we live so close to your school. But you need to actually be going to class if you're going to live here.
You're not my mom, Sophia. Why does it matter to you if I go to class or not? I'm an adult, I should be able to decide what I want to do when I want to do.
Sure, but you're also not the one paying for these classes.
Why do you even care?
Because I am the one paying for them.
Whatever, I don't need to go to class. School is easy and class is a waste of time. If I just take the tests and pass, I'll be fine.
I'm not sure that's actually going to work out. It hasn't worked out for you in the past.
Well, those were stupid classes anyway. I don't need to go this time.
And what if they take attendance?
They never do, I'm pretty sure. Most of your classes have at least some kind of attendance policy. I can deal what I want. And what I want to do right now is play games without you here. Go to work and get out of here, Sophia.
Luna, we've talked about this before. The terms of you staying with us is that you'd actually go to class. If you start failing classes again, we're going to have to reassess whether or not this is going to work. I'm helping with your tuition as well if you've forgotten. And we're not going to be willing to do that if you don't at least put some effort in.
Stop lecturing me, Sophia. You just don't understand how hard it is. All my friends are studying abroad or talking about graduating early. They're leaving me alone here in this stupid town. I can't focus in class and keep nodding off because it's so boring.
Maybe if you got better sleep, it wouldn't be a problem.
No, maybe if your house wasn't so awful and you weren't so loud all the time, I could sleep better.
Or maybe if you didn't stay up all night playing video games, you'd be alert and awake for your morning classes.
What do you know, Sophia? Why are you still here anyway? I know you can't work from home, so if you're not at work, you must have done something.
Yeah, I did. I quit my job. So I don't have work.
What? Why didn't I know about it?
I knew it would turn into something like this, so I figured it was better for me to handle it.
What do you mean by turn into something?
Well, that it'd be something like this. Where you give me a bunch of grief about it. Seems like I was right.
You're so annoying, Sophia. And you're a hypocrite too. Telling me I have to be serious and go to school. Well, now you just quit your job, so you can lay around and do nothing all day. I bet you actually got fired. There's no way you just quit. You're too embarrassed to admit it. You're just trying to brand me as lazy, so you can shift all the blame to me.
That's quite a conspiracy you've got cooked up there. It's a shame you don't put that kind of effort and imagination into your schoolwork. I wasn't fired. Like I told you, I quit.
You're definitely lying. Why would you quit your job? You just don't want to admit that you messed up. And you want me to feel sorry for you for being such a loser.
I'm not sure what has you so convinced, but I'm not lying. I can show you my resignation letter if you really don't believe me.
I bet you have a fake one just in case anyone tries to call you out on your lie. I'm definitely not wrong. You just thought you could trick me because you think I'm dumb. You think I'm some lazy good-for-nothing kid. But I've got you figured out. If anything, I'm glad to have you as my sister-in-law. You're a great example of what not to do as an adult.
I'm really not lying.
Sure you aren't. I bet you got asked for being so useless. You probably just did what you're doing now. Just sitting around and bothering people all day instead of actually doing anything useful. It really is impressive too. I've heard your company basically doesn't fire anyone. And somehow you managed to get canned.
I feel like a lot of this describes you more than it does me. It definitely seems like you're projecting. Maybe you should just graduate from school before you start accusing people of being lazy and useless.
I don't want to hear any of it. All you do is complain about me, and then you just sit around and do nothing. You really are such a hypocrite. I bet you're just gonna sit around and stuff your face like a pig. You haven't even found a new job yet, right? I bet you're not even gonna look for one. Hey.
What?
I need your help now. Finish my paper for me, don't you?
Are you ordering me? I'm not gonna do your classwork for you. I'm trying to keep you in school. That would get you expelled basically immediately.
Come on, Sophia. It's not like you don't have the time. I'm meeting some of my friends. They're in town for the weekend, but if I don't see them now, I don't know when. And I have this dumb paper for my ethics class due on Monday. But I'm definitely not gonna have time to finish it if I go see them. So you can just do it for me so that I don't fail? That's what you want, right?
I'm not doing your paper for you. Especially not for an ethics class. Clearly you haven't learned anything if you're asking me that. You're just going to have to cancel your plans with your friends and finish it. School comes first.
Come on, Sophia. You have all the time in the world. It's only 10 pages. With that fancy degree of yours, that should be a piece of cake. I left my textbook in the living room if you want to take a look at it. But it needs at least 10 sources and I only ever found 3.
Even if I was willing to do your paper, which I'm not by the way, I don't have time to do it. You need to write your own paper. I'm happy to help you with things if you have questions, but I'm not going to write it for you.
You can't even do this one little thing for me. You really are useless. And you are the one telling me I should be doing more with my time. But you can't even bother to help your own sister-in-law. Well, if you won't help me, I guess I'll just have to fail another semester.
Is that a threat? If it is, you really don't have much leverage. Do you really not get who's paying the bills? Just about all of it depends on me. I've had enough of this attitude and ungrateful behavior.
What? Are you gonna kick me out?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I want you out. I've had enough of your lack of responsibility. I don't want you living here anymore if you're just going to take advantage of our kindness.
You can't be serious. Just because your life is going down the drain doesn't give you the right to kick me out. You're clearly just jealous of me because you're a miserable old woman. You're still mad because you got fired and you're taking it out on me. And now because you got canned, you're not able to afford to keep me around anymore. So you're acting like I'm the problem to save face. You're just gonna leech off my brother on like a gross little worm. You're a grubby little parasite.
You're calling me a parasite? How dare you? After all we've done for you.
Shut up. I'm done with you. My brother and I can get by without you or your money. We don't need you around here. We'll be happier with you out of the picture. We're gonna rip you out before you bleed us dry.
I have to say, the parasitism runs in the family.
What?
You and your brother really are a lot alike.
What are you trying to say?
Just the truth. It's pretty funny that you accusing me of being a parasite. I have actually thought that about you and your brother for ages. But if you think the two of you can live without me, you're welcome to try.
You're not actually serious right now, are you? Unlike you, my brother actually goes to work every day. He didn't get fired from his job. He can definitely support me.
I'm not so sure about that. You are aware that the one supporting you is me, right? It's definitely not your brother. I'm the one paying for just about everything, including the house you're living in and the food you eat. You're the one being a leech, actually. There are two leeches in this house. Your brother is no better.
There's no way. You got fired, how can you be supporting anyone? You can't even support yourself.
You call $200,000 a year not supporting myself? If that's not enough for you, I'm sorry, I'm not millionaire. But I think I'm doing just fine on $200K. And it's more than enough to pay for your school and this house.
There's no way you could be making that much money. All you've been doing for ages is laying around unlocking yourself in that office of yours from sunrise to sunset. What do you even do all day? You never told me why you weren't working anymore.
I told you I quit my job, but you never seemed all that interested in why I quit my job. Because I found another one. I've been working remotely with a huge tech company that just opened an office in the US. And they're paying me to help set up their business. It's quite a lucrative job, though it's a lot of hard work. Of course, you wouldn't know about hard work.
There's no way someone like you could be working for a big tech company. How did you get that kind of job?
Because I have a fancy degree, as you called it. And I'm good at what I do because I put in the effort.
You weren't working for ages. Companies like that hate seeing gaps on resumes.
Sure, but it wasn't really a gap. Because I knew I had some time before my next job started, I took some time off to relax before I started work again. Which is what I've earned because I put in the effort at my old job and managed to get this one because of it. But you've just made all that time I was supposed to be relaxing into even more work. All I've been doing with the past month is trying to get you to take things seriously. But you just laze around and blow me and your schoolwork off.
If I had known you were the one paying for it, maybe I would have listened. I thought it was just my brother who was making all the money. I still don't believe this. This has to be some kind of trick. Clearly, you're just making all this up. My brother must make double of what you do. He just doesn't want to brag about it, unlike you.
Again, with all this conspiracy. You really will spend all your time and effort coming up with a reason why I can't be doing what I actually am. He definitely makes nowhere near what I do. In fact, he isn't making any money at all right now. You can ask him yourself, he'll tell you.
But I thought he had a job.
Well, he did, but he got fired a few weeks ago. He just kept messing up over and over, and they got sick of him, so he got sacked.
Then what has he been doing every day? I see him leave the house every morning before you're even awake.
He's been volunteering. Or well, it's probably better termed community service. One of the last mistakes he made got him into quite a bit of trouble, and not just with the company. So he's been working it off. He, unlike you, does have some sense of responsibility. And he doesn't want to go to jail.
What? Why didn't he tell me? I've never heard about this news. Is this another one of your lies?
I'm pretty sure he didn't tell you because he was embarrassed. He said he wasn't going to say anything to you, but at this point, I think you should know before you start relying on him. I've been putting up with him for a while because he's at least trying. But I'm sure that once he's done with his community service, he'll probably just go back to lazing around. He hasn't really had a proper job in years. So I'll be happy to be rid of him too if you two want to go live somewhere together.
Please, don't do that, Sophia. I'm sorry that I called you a loser. I promise I'll start going to class and everything. I'm begging you.
Why your attitude changes so quickly?
Without you, I can't handle the tuition fee. Now I know that my brother can't afford to pay for it. If I can't pay, I'm going to be forced to drop out.
If only you could have done something earlier to prevent this from happening. Like gone to class and been nicer to your sister-in-law who was paying for your school in the first place. You might not have to drop out though. Maybe you can take a break and work for a while so you can actually afford to pay?
I don't want to have to work. This is college, I'm supposed to have fun. I'm supposed to not have to work until I graduate.
Not sure what to say to you. If you can't afford to pay, you either go to work for it or you're out of luck.
Please, don't do that, Sophia. I promise I'll be nicer, I'll do all my classwork on time.
I don't really have any interest in you or your brother. I'll move out soon and divorce with him.
Wait, Sophia. You can't just be like that? I'm your in-law. How can you treat me like that?
Don't you forget what you treat me, Luna? You should know to appreciate what you're given. A lot of people couldn't afford your colleague. Don't take that for granted.
I know now. Please, forgive me.
A big no, Luna. You need to be taught a lesson. From now on, I don't care about your tuition fee or such. You have to handle this by yourself.
Please don't, Sophia.
You can ask your brother for help. Maybe he will find some ways to figure it out. So, bye now. I don't want to see you anymore.
Sophia.
After that, I hire a lawyer to draw up the divorce papers, and without much ability to refuse. With the two of them unable to afford to pay for her tuition, Luna was forced to take a break from school. She's been taking part-time jobs as she can through a temp agency. And while they've been quite a slog, they're at least paying enough to keep her alive. That being said, she quickly gained a reputation as a bit of a lazy brand. And it's been enough to keep her from staying anywhere for more than the length of a short contract. Meanwhile, my ex-husband continues to work his salt-sucking job at the local gas station. These two people now get what they're deserved.
Luna, I'm so happy now. It's a happy ending for both of us. We're officially husband and wife.
I'm so happy to finally have it all sorted out.
It took so long. There seemed to be some confusion at the courthouse, but it's all good now.
Yeah, that's a very good news.
Did you get everything sorted out with your apartment?
Yeah, I did.
Let me know if there's anything I can help with. Is there anything left to move to our new place?
No. Just a few bags my parents are dropping off later. The moving service brought some things I won't be keeping to the thrift store. And I'm dealing with the last few things. The furniture won't be brought until tomorrow. But once they arrive, all we have to do is get things arranged.
Great. Are you at your old place now?
Yeah, the mirrors are just about to leave and I'm gonna be here for a while until my parents get here.
All right. I'll head over to the house now. I'm so excited to be living together with my parents.
Wait! What do you mean? I thought we were going to be moving into our own apartment.
Oh, sorry, Luna. I thought I told you. I decided not to rent that place.
What? I thought we talked about this.
We're gonna move in with my mom and dad for a while.
I thought we had picked an apartment out and we went to see it and everything.
I didn't bother moving forward with that place you had picked out. It looked like a dump.
What? I thought we had agreed on that apartment. I didn't agree to living with your parents. We should have our own place as a newly married couple. I thought you told me that you had gotten it all sorted out.
I guess I forgot to tell you I didn't do it.
What? How?
Calm down, Luna. Just take it easy. It'll be fine.
How can I calm down? You lied to me. You told me you had it all sorted out everything.
Well, I made it up. That lease was just something I found off the internet and filled in myself. I didn't want to trick you, but I didn't see any other way to do it.
To do what? What can I do about all my stuff? The moving service is already going to the other apartment that we don't actually have a contract for.
Just have them donate the rest of it. We don't need any of that stuff. My parents have plenty of furniture and stuff already.
What if I want some of that stuff?
There's no room for it.
Can't believe it. Why did you lie to me about all of this? Why not just tell me you wanted to move in with your parents instead of tricking me like this?
I knew that you never said yes unless I did something like this. So I had no choice but to lie.
Why would you ever do that if we had talked about it? I'm sure we could have come up with some kind of compromise instead of you just straight up lying to me.
Hey, Luna. Don't be so panic. I have my reasons. Just let me explain.
What reasons would you have for lying to me? I was worried that it might be hard to explain, but I really didn't have a choice.
My mom had a really bad ill last month.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
She was kind of embarrassed about it. She hasn't really told anyone actually. So I want to move in with her for a while to help her out.
Why didn't you just tell me this? I would have understood.
I'm sorry, Luna. And there's one other thing. I was hoping you might be able to take care of her. I'm so busy with work. And I do make enough for the two of us. So I thought you could just quit your job and take care of her until she recovers.
What are you talking about? I didn't marry you just to become a free home care nurse. And I thought we were going to have kids. How am I going to be able to have a baby and take care of your mom at the same time? It's going to be much harder while I'm pregnant and basically impossible with an infant.
Please, Luna.
What if I don't want to quit my job? You can't just ask me out of the blue to put my career into everything on hold because you can't find a way to take care of your mother.
Why are you so mad about this? We can have a kid and you'll have plenty of time for the kid even if you help with my mom.
But then I won't have time for anything else. You're absolutely out of your mind.
Well, it's not like we have any other choice. We don't have any other place to live right now. So we're gonna have to live with her for a while. I promise it'll be fine.
Mark! We need to talk right now. I'm at my limit. I can't put up with this anymore. You tricked me into being your slave. I'm not your wife. I'm just your servant.
What? What are you talking about? Haven't you gotten used to taking care of my mom by now?
How can I get used to this? I'm not a trained nurse. She requires professional care, and you've got me working basically all day to try to keep her alive. You made it seem she's just a little illness. But it's way worse than that. I spend basically all day looking after her while you're at work. And you still demand a cooking clean on top of that.
If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm not sure what to tell you. My sister could manage all of that before she got married. Clearly you have some sort of problem if you can't do it.
If you helped me at all, it wouldn't be so bad. If you volunteered to take her to a couple doctor's appointments or helped with dinner or really just anything, maybe I could figure it out. But you won't even lift a finger.
What do you expect me to do? I'm busy with work. I don't have time to be chauffeuring her around to doctors and feeding her. I'm too tired to do anything when I get home.
How do you think I feel? I barely have time. I have to wake up in the middle of the night to take your mom to the bathroom. I can't even sleep properly. I spend all my time taking care of her and you do nothing. I'm done. I need a break. I'm going to a spa on Saturday. I need some time away from this to get my head straight. I'm going to go relax and think about what we're going to do about this marriage. I've just spent 2 months being your mother's unpaid care nurse. And don't start with me about paying for it. I'm using my own money.
Are you really going to abandon us to run off to spa? You don't care about us? I promised with my sister that you can take care of her children at weekend. I can't just reject her now. She already has plans of going on a vacation.
What? Why you agreed with her without asking me? I'm not gonna do it. You have to figure it out yourself.
Whatever, I already told her. So you better be home to watch them. You can't refuse now.
I can and I will. You're just going to have to watch them yourself. I have plans and I'm not changing them just because you didn't account for it.
Well, I have plans too. I'm going camping with my friends this weekend. And I can't change it. So you have to just cancel your schedule.
Absolutely not.
This is what you signed up for. You're my wife, and I expect you to do what I say. You can't just go buzzing off to a spa whenever you feel like. You must have a responsibility to this family.
I don't have a responsibility to anyone. You're treating me like a slave, but not your wife. A wife should be loved and cared about.
You've barely even looked at me since we've gotten married. You come home in the middle of the night stinking drunk and pass out. I barely talk to you in person in months.
Well, I do what I want. Because I take care of my responsibilities. Unlike you, abandoning my mother like this.
I want to talk about responsibilities pawning your sickly mother off on me like this. And I'm not abandoning anyone. I already hired a nurse to take care of your mother while I'm gone. I at least care about your mother to make sure that she's looked after. But I'm not gonna deal with your sister's kids. I'm not her babysitter. If you can't deal with that, maybe we should just get a divorce.
What?
Yeah, I'm tired of living with your family. And I haven't realized that you are an irresponsible husband until now. To be honest, I think about divorce many times, but I haven't decided yet. But this is the last straw. Can't take it anymore.
Where are you now, Luna? Mom told me you aren't at home today. Is she right?
Yes.
What? Wherever you are, come back home now.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm gonna go stay with a friend. I'm done with taking care of your mom. I told you if you keep trying to force me to do it, we're gonna get a divorce.
Are you being serious? Why would you do that?
You didn't give me much choice, Mark. I was being treated like a slave. So I decided I was done.
I don't agree. Are you leaving home and let my mom alone?
That's her problem, not mine.
You're so ungrateful after everything I've done for you. I married you and gave you this beautiful house. And that you went to our family, and this is how you repay us. My mom is ill now, she need taking care of. You even canceled the nursing service, right?
Yes, I don't want to using my money for that thing.
What? After all my family have given you, you just decide to run off and leave my mom.
What are you even talking about? You literally just turned me into your servant. I'm done with all of you. All you've done is take advantage of me. The divorce paper is in the drawer. Just take it out and sign it. I'm done with this marriage. We can fight it out in court if you want, but I'm not coming back. I'm not doing any of that. You better figure something out because I'm not going to be there to take care of your family for you.
You have to be my wife. I'm not going to stand for this.
Well, you don't have a choice. It's not like you're much of a husband yourself. All you've done is work and go out with your friends since we've gotten married. We barely had a wedding and we didn't even have a honeymoon. And you haven't even touched me once since we got married. I'm just a maid to you.
You're not a maid, Luna. Are you insane? You're my legal wife.
So what?
It's your job to take care of the house. I don't have to do anything for you. I'm done talking to you. I can't believe you can't get my thought. You need to come back home right now. My sister and his husband is coming. You need to be home to making a dinner for them. You have to take care of her children too.
What? It's so ridiculous. Why she find someone who actually can hurt your kids? Instead of just assuming I am going to do. This is what you get when you just assume everyone else is going to do stuff for you.
Don't speak to me like this. Let me tell you this. You have refused to take care of my sister's kids a lot of times. My sister now have to work more than before. She has to take care of children herself and go to work. She is the main breadwinner of her house. She works till midnight just to make ends meet. Don't you feel something? This is all your fault.
What? You must be kidding. Is that normal thing when mother looking after her own kids? And your sister is not a good person, Mark. She seems like ordering me to look after her kids instead of being kind. And she isn't a good mother either. She hardly sees her kids and give them all to you.
She doesn't seem like ordering you, Luna. Maybe she's just in a rush. We are family. That's nothing to worry about.
No, she is your family. Not mine, all right? And you think she has to work till midnight? It's so funny. She maybe tricks you, Mark. She's always going to nightclub every day.
No way. She told me she's so busy lately.
I get connected with her on social media, so I can know it.
No, I don't believe you. You're the one that caused all this. You should take responsibility for your actions.
Now you're going to lecture me on taking responsibility? I don't owe you anything. I never take a penny from you. Plus, you never love me. I'm not your family's babysitter and I'm definitely not your slave. I am moving out. You have to figure it out other things by yourself.
Please, Luna. Don't go. Don't leave me. Please come back.
I already told you I wasn't coming back. I haven't changed my mind. Why would I ever go back to that house? I'm going crazy here. I'm so tired all the time.
Please, Luna.
No. Bye.
Luna.
Free from demanding, unreasonable husband, I will live a much more happy life. After my leaving, Mark begged his sister to live in his house to take care of that old woman. Mark and his sister got in a fight each other. His sister then refused to keep taking care of their mother. She left their house the next day. Now Mark had no one to take care of his mother. And he sometimes had to look after the children. With all the evidence of his deception and forcing me to work as a servant, I easily able to convince the judge to hand over quite much money for everything he did.
In today's meeting, the teacher praised many of your classmates for their achievements and progressions recently. Just as I guessed, you were in her blacklist again. She complained so much about you and other 3 students for always be late for school, not completing homework. OMG, how embarrassed am I to have mischievous child like you.
Wait, you call me mischievous for not having good attitude at school?
Am I wrong, Emma? Just look at your older sister, Linda. I am very prideful whenever her teacher pay her so much compliments on her determination and progression. But you, what a shame.
Every time you get back from that school, you are always saying bad words to me. Forget about Linda. Have you ever recognized me for anything I did? Even once. Never.
You want me to praise you, but have you done anything that's meritorious? Since you were little, I have come to your class many times to receive thousands of complaints about your misbehaviors. So should I praise you for those things, huh?
You think I really want to be the irritating child? Have you ever given me gentle admonition like you did to Linda? Whenever we made mistakes, the first thing you did was yelling at me but not at her. And you gave her very considerate reminders?
Because Linda has a heart disease, she can't stand hearing harsh words.
That means I can?
When you were born, you was much stronger and healthier than Linda, so I have to be stricter with you, or else you will get out of my control.
Please don't use those words to ignore your excesses.
I'm just telling the truth, you're really stubborn, you know. I am also really tired of grumbling at you all the time. Please be mature as your sister and don't make me tired of you anymore.
But I am your daughter, too. Why do I have to be unequally treated? Have you ever thought about how I feel?
OMG, you're so annoying. Why should I care about how you feel? You think you are entitled to preferential treatment even though you are useless and mischievous?
I'm really surprised you can say these words to your own flesh and blood.
Oh, actually, I don't think of you as my daughter anyway. You're just a pathetic waste of space. And you, Sister Linda? She is the only one that can make me proud and reliable. How I wish she was an only child.
I'm getting hurtful, you know.
That how you choose to push me in this way?
Which way? This is the first time I've chosen to frankly talking to you after cowardly standing your insults all the time. Because Linda is unhealthy, so I handle all household chores for her. I am always willing to help you with other work in place of her. But you've always looked down on me and grumbled at me no matter what I did while only showing affection to my big sister. Is it because she knows how to satisfy and flatter you?
How could you blame me? Your sister is really smart and hardworking. And thanks to all of her determination, she is received by the medical school. And soon, she will manage to get a job as a doctor in a hospital. Not to mention, she's also tall, slim, and beautiful. She is my biggest pride. Now, look at yourself. You couldn't win against her in even one category.
I don't think you should be comparing us again each other like that, Mom. Anyway, don't forget that I still have good marks at all the exams at school and I will also enroll in Fashion University.
It's ridiculous for you to think one day you can be a model, smiley face. Fix your body first. You will never and ever pass, I swear. Don't try to surpass your big sister.
To be honest, it's amazing that she passed the medical school. I couldn't be happier for her. But maybe Linda will have a warped way of looking at world if you continue to raise her like that. I don't know if she can make it as a doctor, honestly. Oh, she's still an intern at the moment, so she hasn't been a doctor yet.
So don't count your chickens before they hatch.
How dare you to insult my daughter like that? Why don't you think of yourself? If you do manage to eventually become a model one day, I'm sure the best you'll do with your degree will be working as small worker in some fashion company.
Aren't I your daughter? How cruel you are.
I don't need a waste of space like you around. Get out of this house and don't come back.
You are seriously kicking me out of my house?
That's right, I'm throwing you out. Why don't you go and find somewhere more suitable for you to live? You don't belong to this home anymore.
This place hasn't been a home for a long time.
It's a fine house. There's nothing wrong with it. Only you. You are the leftover of this house.
I really can't imagine one day I have to hear such horrible words from my mother.
And anyway, Linda will be a wealthy doctor. She'll buy us a new house before you know it. So we don't need a useless eyesore like you around taking up space. Your mere presence is also discomforting me.
It seems like your serious, smiley face. On top of treating me like a burden and constantly insulting me, you still want to throw me out of the house, huh?
The longer you stay here, the worse this house will become. You contribute nothing to this house.
That's really over the line. If you're going to be like that, then I don't think I can see you as my mother anymore.
That's fine, I don't think of you as my daughter anyway. From now on, you and I are strangers.
You can never take this back, you know?
It's time for this family to cut ties with you. Nothing else matters. Leave this house right now.
At the end of the day, you still choose to kick me out, smiley face.
So, are we in agreement? You'll leave, then?
I'll leave.
That's all your life will ever be, isn't it? A pitiful little existence, contributing nothing of value to the world. You just bring shame on the family if you stay here. Get out, already!
Let's look forward to what happens in the future. Karma will get back at you, Mom.
What are you going on about now?
Forget it. I'll grant your wish and leave. I'll come to the house and get a few essentials later this week. And then I'll be gone for good.
Don't ever come crawling back here. I sincerely hope I never see you again.
Got it. Goodbye, Mom. 8 years later.
Emma, how are you? Are you doing well these days?
Who is this?
Emma, where are you now? It's been so long since we last saw you. Why don't you come home for a visit? Don't you miss us? We've been missing you terribly.
Sorry, who are you?
Don't joke around. Isn't it obvious? It's your mother, here.
But I don't have mother for a long time. So I don't know who you might be talking about.
Emma, darling, don't be funny like that. Why would you say a thing like that? Well, how about you come home and say hi? We haven't seen you in ages.
Well, I'm really busy right now. And I don't have time to talk to stranger.
I really want to hear how you are doing and what you've been doing for the last 8 years. Did you end up becoming a model as your dream?
So what if I did? What does that matter?
Of course, I'm always care about how you're living.
Since you asked, I did end up becoming a model. But what does that have to do with you?
So you really are a model. I'm so happy for you. I know you could do it. You know, I always believe in you.
So what? You don't need to be that happy. We are strangers now, remember? You declared it 8 years ago.
I really don't remember I said so.
Anyway, don't beat around the bush. What do you want from me? Is it money?
Oh, please, Emma, don't be like that. Come home to us, it's been too long. You belong with us, we're family.
Why would I go back there to see you guys? Aren't you living happily with your pride? Your talented daughter, who is a reputable doctor, can do a lot for your living? Or has she quitted her dreaming career to be at home with you?
Huh? Why do you put it that way? And how do you know about Linda?
I've heard from Dad. I've heard from Dad. Oh, you're still in contact with him? I have no idea. You have no idea about anything, do you? You disowned me and threw me out of the house years ago, and now when running out of money, you want to get in touch again? What a strange coincidence.
Oh, don't misunderstand. It's not like that. But, since you mentioned it, how are you doing financially? Have you been earning a lot since you've become a model?
See? I wasn't wrong. That's the reason why you contacted me. If you want to know clearly about me, try searching my name on Google.
What are you talking about?
May I present, I've become a famous supermodel since you kicked me out. And as your favorite daughter, Linda, she ended up quitting while she was still a trainee doctor. She wasn't used to setting back in life, so she broke down as soon as things started to get tough. And now she lives at home with you and Dad and rarely leaves the houses, right? Half of that is your responsibility, though. I did warn you.
I expected too much from that girl. She turned out to be useless in the end. Now, I can't believe my second daughter can be so successful now. I'm so proud of you. And also, you look so beautiful recently. I hardly even recognize you.
Thanks to you throwing me out of the house, I can truly find myself and realize which place is more suitable for me to develop. And I have learned a lot from the friendly people out there, and since then, I've become a successful supermodel like I've always dreamt.
You see how effective my way was to let you grow up by yourself. It's time for you to come home and live with your family. Your dad has been weaker lately. I guess he doesn't have much time.
Why would I go back there? To help you with your debts?
I'm not sure, what are you talking about?
Dad figured it out recently. You splurged on money relying on my sister's future income as a doctor, didn't you? That's what he told me. But because she's not working anymore, so now you're stuck in debt and you have no way of paying it back. And you even used up all of Dad's savings.
Wait a minute, your dad knows all about the debt, then? OMG.
Yeah, he knows all about it. So, we've been preparing.
Preparing for what?
For him to come to live with me. I've been buying a new apartment for him in the center of the city. Meanwhile, he's been making moving preparations.
Oh, what a good girl. And what about me?
What about you? I have no idea. Let my big sister be in charge of you, then.
You can't say that to me. Emma, I'm your mother. Think about this.
Fancy that. The ugly, useless daughter who is the shame for the family, becoming a famous supermodel. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh?
Sorry if you feel that way, but I never meant to oppress you, dear. Just because my educational approach was maybe quite strict to you, but after all, I wanted to raise you properly and make sure you were disciplined well, unlike your sister.
That kind of excuse isn't going to work on me, frankly speaking. I'm not naive anymore. You can't just talk your way out of this. And besides, you and I are strangers now and I owe you nothing.
How can you say that to your own mother? Do you have no sympathy for your own family? Make space for me to come and live with you as well.
No, I won't. I'm really busy and I have no time to make space for a stranger to come and live in my home.
How dare you talk to me like that? So you intend to just throw me away, then? How wicked and ungrateful you are.
I'm sorry, Who was the one who threw me first? You're the one who broke that bone, not me. And what about Linda? I noticed that you didn't ask me to make space for her. Now you cannot take any advantages from Linda, so you just want to get rid of her? You never think about anyone but yourself.
You can't say these things to your mother. I didn't raise you to behave like this.
Now, you feel what I felt? You never seemed to care about anything you said to me when I was small. You pretty much verbally abused me my whole life.
Why do you always live with the things in the past? Let's leave it behind and live for the future.
Yeah, you're right.
So, now you understand?
Yeah, I understand that you never feel sorry for what cruel things you did to me in the past. Even now, you seem innocent when facing the child you hate most. We can't get back together ever again since that day. By the way, since Dad knows about your debt, now he's planning to divorce you. You should start looking for a job soon.
What? He can't divorce me, the silly and useless man.
You even look down on your husband. Who else can you respect in this world? Well, let's prepare. Once Dad divorces you, you have to plan to repay your own debt. Aren't you going to take care of Linda?
Why do I have to do so?
Who else is there? I mean, it's your fault that she ended up like this. Take responsibility for your actions.
But I'm in my 60s now. How am I supposed to go out and get a job?
Then I guess Linda will have to get one instead. Talk to her about it. And I made up my mind to separate from you 8 years ago.
Why are you behaving like this? We're family.
Please don't ever say a word, family, to me again. It's cringe. I was having a tough time back then, you know? At that time, I couldn't deal with the stress of being abused by you at home and trying to follow my dream of being a model. And there was only Dad who's secretly giving me money to survive. Where were you at that moment? You didn't even care whether I died or not. You don't deserve to call yourself a mother. Because of my past was body shaming by own mother, I decided to help people be confident and be proud of their own body. So I put everything I had into studying, and thanks to that effort, I can reach my dream. So now, it's time for me to have responsibility to my dad. And from now on, I don't want to have any relation with you. Goodbye. Forever, Mom. Emma completed buying the apartment and brought her dad to live with her. Her mom was still stuck with her debt and had to hide from the creditors. She was said to move to the other place on the outskirt to find for a part-time job. Emma's big sister, Linda, was jobless and started to be addicted to alcohol. She and her mother always have quarrels. Once, her mother can't stand living in the life of hardship and humiliation, she decided to commit suicide.
Hey, Orla. Guess what? I have exciting news for you.
What's going on, Flora? Did something good happen?
No, you don't understand. It's not just ordinary news. That's super exciting news.
Then hurry up and tell me about it.
Oh, you'll love it. I finally broke up with my boyfriend. I broke up with him.
Well, is that so? You mean the married loser is cheating on you? I mean, I told you not to marry a married man, didn't I? I also tell you to break up with him as soon as possible. Well, I guess it's great now that you finally understand why I said those things.
Sorry for worrying you all this time. From now on, I will have a healthy love life. That means I wouldn't date a married man.
Hey, Flora. I love it. Looks like you're going back to being like you were in the old days.
Oh yes, and I have another confession to make. I already have a new lover.
Do you have a new boyfriend? You didn't waste time.
Ha, not even a second. The real reason I broke up with my ex was because of my current boyfriend.
Yes, I can guess. Maybe I should take back what I said about you getting back to the old days.
What can I say? Anyway, I fell in love at first sight. I knew our love was destined to blossom from the first time I met him. In that moment, I decided that I had to leave my ex for this wonderful new man. I dropped my ID on the bus the day before. He picked it up for me and followed me through 10 stations ahead just to give it back to me.
Oh, that's great. Seems like a really nice guy, right?
Right. He is a gentleman. Oh, I just know that he fell in love with me right away and followed me just to see me again.
Oh, are you kidding me? Do you understand yourself?
He could have given it to the bus driver, but he gave it to me. The saying love makes miracles is true. And to show my gratitude, I invited him to lunch. We got to know each other, and that's how we ended the date.
God, my brain just can't keep up with the pace of your dating process.
This is how it feels to finally meet that person. You will understand one day. Everything went very smoothly because we had the intention from the beginning.
Oh yes, of course.
So when I contact you next time, I can invite you to our wedding.
Yes, that's great.
Hey, that's not the answer I was looking for. You have to say that you will get married before me.
Why do I say that?
I mean, it's nice to get dating advice from you. But sometimes you need to focus on yourself before meddling in someone else's life. You should put more effort into your dating life. Now is not the time to interfere in my affairs.
All right. Don't worry about me. My love life is very good. You're always asking a lot of questions, so that's why I'm giving you dating advice.
Unlike you, I'm an expert in dating, and that's just my advice to you. The love of your life only comes to you when you least expect it. You should start improving yourself as a woman to get ready when a good man appears in your life.
I think I'm doing a good job as a woman, thanks. Plus, I'm getting married soon.
Wait, is this a joke? Are you planning to get married?
You talk about yourself all the time when you're with me, so I don't get a chance to tell you. I have had a lover for a long time and I have decided to marry him.
How do I not know anything about this? Are you kidding?
Someone I thought was your friend proposed to me a long time ago. Something happened in between and now we're getting married. Well, it all went very smoothly, so by your logic, I have met the love of my life.
Wait.
When the wedding date is confirmed, I will let you know. Of course, you will be invited.
I cannot believe this.
Why do you say that?
I'm saying I can't believe you're going to get married before me. Oh, this is unacceptable. You are so inexperienced in dating. How could this happen?
Why are you so mad? Shouldn't you congratulate me? It's a common reaction when a friend announces they're getting married.
Why should I congratulate you?
So what's wrong with you?
Okay, this is how it should be. I should get married first. I can't lose to you in anything.
Wait, what do you mean by losing? Marriage is not a contest. What is happening to you?
Of course it is. Ever since we were kids, you've always been inferior to me, and it will always be.
Oh.
You have lost your mind.
No, it's very simple. You're not allowed to get married before me, and that's all. Understand it with your head, okay?
A few hours later.
Hey Orla. Looks like I'll be home late today. My friend had a wedding, and we were drinking to celebrate.
Oh, if so, have a good time. Just be careful about how much alcohol you drink.
Of course. Have you told your friends yet? If you have any plans with anyone, you can go, never mind me.
Thank you very much. But I think I will decline that offer. All my close friends live far away, and my only childhood friend is mad at me for some reason as well.
Mad at you? Why?
I told her that we will get married soon. She told me she couldn't believe that I would get married before her, and was very angry. She treated the whole thing as if it were a contest or something.
Well, I guess some people take this pretty seriously, don't they?
From a young age, she had a huge ego and always wanted to be number one in everything. Once, I started dating a guy who was older than me, and she started saying that she could find a better boyfriend than me. And the guy she found was a married freak, twice her age.
What?
Then I guess she got caught up in the excitement of dating married men. She will also ask for advice, but all of that is really just bragging on her part. However, she is my childhood friend, so I can't leave her alone. So I was just trying to convince her to break up with him.
Seems like a crazy job.
I didn't even know she was competing with me even in marriage. But I was shocked that she didn't say congratulations when I told her about us.
Hey, cheer up. So how about we get married before her? Let's see how she reacts.
Are you serious?
Actually, someone recently recommended me a wedding venue. I took a look at it during a break from work, and it's a beautiful place. I'm sure you like it too, Orla.
Now you've got my attention.
So my plan is that we go see the place together this weekend, and if you like, let's sign the contract on the spot. And before your crazy friend says anything, get married happily.
So early?
You should say sorry to her for having a happy marriage in the most ironic way possible. Oh, I'd love to see her reaction.
Wow, I didn't know you had such a personality in you. But you know, I don't have the guts to do such a thing.
No. A friend who cannot congratulate a friend's wedding is not a true friend at all. And it sounds like she's looking down on you. Maybe it's time for you to definitely win her.
You think she'll give up on this whole pointless contest if we get married first?
Of course. For the irrational types of people who look down on you, the best thing you can do is show them how happy and content you are with your life. Okay, I made reservations this weekend to see some places. I've booked appointments at 3 different locations just in case, so let's pick a venue for this weekend's wedding.
Well, I guess we're doing this already. But really, thank you. I am looking forward to this weekend.
2 weeks later.
Hey, Orla. Guess? I have big news for you.
Now, what happened?
I told you last time, don't you remember? I said that the next time I contact you, it's because I'm getting married. My prediction was correct.
Wait, really? You will get married?
Exactly. My boyfriend proposed to me.
Oh. Everything happened faster than I thought.
Last time we met him, he was talking to me about the wedding venue. This is the clearest sign that he wants to marry me.
Wait a minute.
And the places he gives examples are my favorite places. If he doesn't really love me, I know things like this are impossible.
Hey, wait, Flora, I need to ask you a question. Did he really propose to you?
What do you mean?
Well, hearing your story doesn't sound like he's proposing to you.
I know you still insist that I'm getting married before you. So I understand you're jealous, but can you stop saying ridiculous things? This is a marriage proposal, what else could it be? We will get married and it has been decided.
Well, I hope that is indeed the case. I will say congratulations now.
Thank. Well, the news isn't over yet.
What else?
Oh, you didn't expect this. My fiancé is actually your boyfriend.
You are too funny. You don't even know my boyfriend. You didn't know he existed until recently.
I couldn't accept that you got married before me, so I followed you home so I saw his face. That's when I decided to get in between the two. I was just flirting with him, didn't think he would propose to me right away.
Are you kidding?
That must be why he was in such a hurry to marry me. Right after he proposed to you, he met the true love of his life, which is me.
That is really not possible.
Oh, I totally get that you can hardly accept all of this at once. but sooner or later you will find out the truth. Because it's only a matter of time until he dumps you. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Sorry I saw your fiancé. Above all, forgive me for being married first.
My fiancé is laughing a lot right now.
Wait a minute, what do you mean?
He says he can't believe you're the creepy guy he met on the bus. He thinks you're a new, undiscovered species. He laughs so much, I almost feel sorry for you.
Why is he smiling? What's funny?
Of course you won't understand. I have never known a person who could be so overconfident.
Wait a minute, this typing. Is this Zane? Hey baby, I know you're pretending because you're in front of Orla.
Zane took Orla's phone and texted.
We are getting married soon and we have a lifetime of happiness ahead of us.
What are you acting weird?
I gave your ID to you, it's true. But another fact is that I don't do it with romantic intentions. You said you loved me at first sight? That's why I gave it to you. You are a crazy woman. I have some work to do around that area, and I believe I told you when I gave it to you.
Well, I think you were lying to hide your true feelings towards me. I know you want to see me again.
Oh, you can't be saved. Maybe you should see a psychologist. You are completely delusional.
We even had lunch together, remember? It's our anniversary. We started dating from that day.
Wait. Are you talking about the coffee shop we went to? We don't go. I go in alone and you rush into that cafe like a hungry mad dog. Then you just sit at a nearby table. You haven't even said a word.
Well, even though we didn't sit together, we ate at the same restaurant. That means we ate together.
What the hell are you talking about?
And if we can have lunch together, it means you feel comfortable around me.
Wait, I know you're crazy, but now you're scaring me.
I'm not crazy or scary. Stop being so mean to me. You see me again a few days later on the same bus. That's when you told me about the wedding plans. Oh, that's the proposal, it's so obvious. I know how you feel about me, stop doing that.
I didn't talk to you about the wedding, you came to me and started that conversation. I've got a flyer for the wedding venue, and you're talking about how much you love it. I mean, you're the only one talking.
You heard.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Get up and leave? We are on a bus. What kind of crazy man would want to propose to a woman like you?
Oh, it's too much, you lied to me.
So, are you a victim? Oh my gosh, I really go crazy just hearing you talk. You really are a clown.
This cannot happen to me.
From what I heard from Morla, I thought you were just a freak with a big ego. Now, I know that you are a liar who needs these false stories to feed your giant ego. You are much worse than someone with a big ego.
You are insulting me. You are an asshole.
Well, I'd like to apologize for everything being clear. My work here is done. I only request to you is not to disturb my beautiful fiancé anymore.
A few months later.
Hey Orla. Why did you send me your wedding invitation? You two are too bad for me. Do you really think I'm going to attend this wedding?
Well, I wasn't going to invite you, but Zane thinks you should have some final proof that the two of you are definitely not an item.
Tell him not to talk to me anymore. No soul on earth wants to attend your wedding. I'm refusing no matter what.
Yes, that's right for you.
I know deep down you're looking down on me because I'm still single and you're getting married. You two are the worst couple ever.
No, actually I don't think so at all. Whatever has happened recently, you are still my oldest friend. As for me, I really want you to come to my wedding.
That is too bad. I'm not happy enough to go to your wedding. I will marry a man much better than you, and I will meet many people every day to get there.
I didn't know you would go that far.
Even if you are winning now, I will be the one to defeat you in the end. I will marry a rich and handsome man, you wait and see.
Wedding day.
Help me, Orla. I need you by my side.
Hey, what happened?
I just really need your help right now. The wedding is over, isn't it? Do you have a lot of gifts? I need you to get those and go to the cowboy bar right now.
Hey, I don't understand what's going on. Calm down and can you explain your situation?
Someone dropped their wallet when they were leaving. And I thought maybe this was an omen that I would meet my next lover, so I ran to give it back.
Oh, that's your good. That's the Flora I know and love.
But what happened is now he said that I stole some money in my wallet before returning it.
Oh, right?
Of course not. And I tried to tell him I would never do that. But several others have sided with him. They said I looked suspicious. Then one person said they would see me intentionally dropping the item before.
What does that mean? What do they mean when you always drop things?
Oh, good. Let me tell you the truth. My strategy is to drop things and see who picks them up to find my soulmate. Then I can brag to you about how I met my fiancé.
Is that your strategy?
Yes. I dropped things like my ID and exchanged phone numbers with people who pick them up for me. But I haven't met anyone yet.
Because you always do. People are suspecting you of a crime you didn't commit. I don't think people think so.
Hey, please, help me out. People are saying I stole it. No one believes me. A childhood friend like you must be on my side. I need you to tell people that I'm someone who would never do something like that. Say it in front of everyone.
Oh, no way.
Why?
As your childhood friend and know you, I think you stole it too. There's no way I can convince all those people that you're innocent.
Wait.
And moreover, if I help you here, you might think I've forgiven you for everything you've done to Zane and me.
Do not say that.
I just finished my wedding and I feel like I'm on top of the world. So can you please not bother me? See you again. Good luck with your little trouble.
After that, Flora was able to clear up the misunderstanding, but that wasn't the last time she was accused of fraud by people after they found her strange. Moreover, a lot of places have caught her and she has been blacklisted because the bad guy who specializes in dropping things is trying to scam guys. That's what I heard. Now she's been banned from a lot of bars, so I heard she started trying her luck at the mall. When she saw the mall full of teenagers, she looked even scarier than before.